and YouTube.
Yay. Okay.
So, after the trial, things have been kind of mundane aboard the Sarek. You've been pretty much cataloging certain spatial anomalies and rogue comets here and there that, just pretty much mundane stuff. Captain, you have called every senior staff officer for a morning briefing to go over all the mundane stuff. So if you would please take it away.
I'm gonna assume we're sitting around the conference table, and I'm just kind of half interested in a bagel. I ask, Doctor, please tell me you have something more to tell us about than a sprained ankle. Tell me there's something exciting in sickbay.
I did find your doctor's research on the commander. It's actually quite fascinating.
Whose research on what?
Dr. Mear's research on Praxis surgery.
The captain does not look happy at your mention of Dr. Mear.
I didn't mention him by name. I did just say doctor, previous doctor. But other than that, there was a slight plasma fire, but that was dealt with, and the plasma burns were minor. So I'm afraid I can't really give you what you're looking for, Captain.
Any Romulans, Regov?
None other than the one we saw in the comments, Captain.
In the comets?
In the comet field that we were scanning.
We saw Romulans?
You didn't see it, Captain?
I'm gonna curiously look over to the XO.
I think he's pulling your leg, Captain. I think everyone's got the jitters right now.
By the way, what am I getting from the room from everybody?
Sheer boredom from Prax.
Same from Caleb.
Rigov kind of like points at you. Gotcha, Captain.
So
the captain is more interested. You can sense that the captain's more interested in his bagel than he is in all of y'all.
Huh.
So I'm gonna play for Chief Kier here. Chief Kier kind of is like, there's some interesting reports from people who've been using Holodeck 2, specifically this one holo program called Murder in York. They've seen like ghostly apparitions that aren't supposed to be part of the program itself.
Do you want to take the holodeck apart?
Well, we've already ran a diagnostic on the system, Captain, and it checks out fine.
Looks like you got your excitement, Captain.
No wonder Altair has been going crazy.
I guess we could have a look. And the captain's just gonna get up and start heading towards the holodeck because he's not interested in what's going on in the briefing.
He is just bored out of his mind. He's just like, God, let this end. By the way, the doctor follows suit and just goes.
So,
Right.
who's all going to Holodeck 2?
Doctor and the captain, as far as I know, so far.
Rego stands up and snatches up the bagel and follows suit.
Did the
Sure,
captain
the
take
left.
his bagel?
I'm not that interested in the bagel.
He grabs it anyways.
Now the question is, are you gonna have Prax tail along or not?
I didn't ask anybody to come. I just assumed that the chief was going to come with me, and whoever wants to come comes.
I see Prax going, wait, okay, I guess I have the bridge.
Yeah, sure. If Prax doesn't need to be part of this, Prax can have the bridge.
Prax can be part of it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So
What does Prax want to do?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys kind of decide that. Like, it's like she can come along or stay behind and run the bridge. I just also need to know what Calum is doing as the new chief helmsman.
He's gonna look at the commander and go, Commander, what's the last update you had on Michael's fighter before he died?
It was a performance review, Ensign. I didn't really have gone over it ever since after his passing, and there has been a lot of things going on. I plan on going through the reviewing of it, at least for his honor his memory in a way, and try to push it forward. Is there anything else, Ensign?
He basically goes, you mind if I try and put it through its paces? I haven't tried yet.
Sure. If you would like, you can probably go. I guess the captain is heading to Holodeck 2 along with a few of the other senior staff. You can jump in on the same training program that I set up for Ensign Michelson if you like.
Want to tag along? I hear it's a two-person fighter.
Sure.
Get to see it in action firsthand.
Yeah, I can tag along. That'll be fine.
Alrighty. Then with that, Calum starts heading to Holodeck 1, I guess.
Wow, it's almost a repeat of last time.
Almost.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Ragoff, the doctor, the absent Kier, as well as the captain going to Holodeck 2. Correct?
Yep.
Alright. So, Captain, you walk up to the entrance to Holodeck 2. Currently, it is unoccupied.
So show me what we got here, Chief.
Of course, Captain. And
You
she presses in a little thing and goes, computer, run holodeck program, murder in York.
Rego hands the captain half a bagel, clearly with a bite mark on it. Here you go, sir.
The captain gives you a very odd look and just slowly hands it to a random enlisted sailor, and just kind of shuffles him off.
Well, suit yourself.
Is this a period holodeck program?
I think it's the same one we ran the last time.
Is it?
So as you entered in, Captain, you realize you recognize everything inside of it when you first entered the holodeck scene.
The captain walks right back out.
Is there something wrong, Captain?
I'm not sure we should entertain this program. It's probably just a malfunction.
I mean, what harm could a holographic program do? Safeties are on. Should be fine.
Chief Kier goes like, I've noticed that the program's been run 52 times since its first session ran about a month ago.
Okay. He goes, Chief, I'm gonna keep my comm badge in case anything goes wrong. I want you to stay here and make sure this holodeck works. And then he's gonna go to a replicator, and he's going to replicate a outfit that is period appropriate, and he's also going to replicate lots of flintlock pistols that go like in holsters all over the vest or whatnot, because he knows this is gonna go bad.
Oh my god, he's a bloodborne hunter.
It's very, very 7th or 18th century, but like steampunkish with lots of flintlocks.
Okay.
And a sword.
Rather odd display. The doctor goes and basically, because he's like, that's odd for this program, but okay, and sees the steampunkness of it and orders up basically a doctor's like outfit, but with like a steampunk plague mask, because that's what he thinks is going on.
Okay. And what about you,
Yeah.
Ragoff?
Regov punches in a bunch of buttons and you see 2 hand cannons appear. He grabs them and kind of slings them over his shoulder. What's up?
Wow.
You're not
okay.
gonna change, Lieutenant Commander? Starfleet uniform.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. And he like... Shoot, I didn't think about that. He kind of...
Last time we ran it, I did Sherlock Holmes, Watson, and Moriarty.
He looks like Dick Tracy, basically. If that makes sense.
So a little
So
out of time period. So that's okay.
He's wearing a bright yellow trench coat with a fedora, or what was it? It's just a normal hat, but yellow.
He's gonna look almost as out of place as if he had the Starfleet uniform on.
What period is it again?
The 1800s.
It's
It's right after the Civil War.
Yeah, it's late 19th
so
century.
He just looks like I don't know, like a commoner, I guess. Like blends in.
Okay, that works. He's period appropriate, is what he's saying.
Yeah, minus the hand cannons, I guess.
Oh, I also replicate a doctor's kit, 19th century.
Better fill that with some actual 24th century stuff, Doctor.
Right.
Now my question is, anyone taking a tricorder with them?
Well, yeah, he said fill it with 24th century technology. My medical tricorder's in there, my, all my trauma tools if I need them.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the computer to think that the characters will think those are 18th century things, though.
More than likely, they'll just ignore it, because I think that's how most. It's like, have you ever seen Westworld on HBO?
Oh,
When they take out cell phones and all the robots just...
Well, they just kind of
I've
ignore
never
the
seen
device
this
when they're
way.
talking to you. Like they don't even realize that you're holding it. So.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So you guys get to change clothes. You're all dressed appropriate. You walk outside, and then out there is actually a, carriage waiting for you. The ticket is like, gentlemen, I have been ordered to take you, yeah, to chauffeur you to the Mr. McColl's mansion.
And this is the same guy that mansion we went to last time.
Yep.
The captain's gonna shoo him off the top and sit up there and grab the reins. I can get myself there.
Very well, sir. Kind of
All
stunned.
right. I kind of climb because I assume it sits two people up there, so I kind of get up there and say, "Are you familiar with this program, Captain?"
I
I'm
think
sitting next to him so he can go if he wants. If Regov's in the carriage.
I think I may have caught a scene or two from a holodrama.
Ah. You're so lucky. Okay. Anyway. You're so lucky we're related. Anyway. Yeah. Continue.
Okay, at that point, we're going to cut to Holodeck 2. Or not Holodeck, sorry, Holodeck 1. I'm doing this in reverse order, so apologize. Ensign Calum, you follow Prax to Holodeck 1. She enters in the commands like, computer, run, simulation, Mitchell version 2. And the two of you enter, and there's a big screen, and there you see a holographic representation of someone from much earlier time period, post pre-Dominion War.
Uh-huh.
And there stands a young woman named Lieutenant Kira Walker. Greetings, welcome to the advanced training course for the Standard Federation Attack Fighter. This course will assume that you've already trained and are familiar with the basic flight instructions of the fighter. In this course, you can set the difficulty of the simulator from 1 to 10, 10 being the most difficult.
I think Regov may have come and rewired the program, so 10 is the only option.
It's a good idea.
Do you want to give me 2 threat, Ragoff, to do that?
You know what? Do it.
Sure.
Do it. Do it.
Hang on. Let me. I need to flip a coin or something here.
Just roll
I'm
a
fairly
D2.
sure. I'm fairly sure it's a unanimous vote between the captain and myself, and we're the only other two people here that really matter in this whole choice.
Yep, he did.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, cried.
Say your difficulty there, Ensign.
Oh, man. I'm guessing that he's going to look to the commander and go, what difficulty did Ensign Michelson run this on?
If I remember correctly, it was level 6.
6? He's going to, not knowing that Regoff has done that, he's going to look to the person and go, set difficulty level 7.
Difficulty level 10. Sorry. I can't try not to say it as a straight face, but difficulty level 10 confirmed.
What?
Computer, verify. Praxcon goes, computer, verify difficulty level. Then computer goes, level 10 is the only current difficulty available for this program. Prax just raises an eyebrow. Computer, who changed the or modified this program? Lieutenant Commander Ragoff. It's just kind of this. She just sighs.
Did he run this with Michelson?
I believe so, yes.
Caleb's gonna look crazy and go, if I get my hands on him. And just like stop because he knows he's in front of the commander.
You will do nothing because he's a superior officer, and that will have dire consequences to your career. And possible health.
Prax taps her cover like, Lieutenant Commander Ragoff, did you modify the training simulation program Mitchell version 2?
You hear like the back part of a laugh. I don't know what you're talking about.
I see. When you're done with entertaining the captain, I would like to see you.
I bet you would.
Oh boy.
She just kind of rubs her temples like, wow, really? We've gone this far already. This is not good.
She has
Computer.
lost control.
Modify program Mitchell version 1 and reset the difficulty settings. And computer chimes and beeps. Computer set difficulty level 6. And then just turns around and confirms difficulty level 6 confirmed. Blah blah blah.
Damn, I almost want to give him 2 more threat to have him do it to that one too.
So you wanted 7, right?
Yeah, 7.
Sorry.
'Cause Caleb was always like one step under Michelson. Now he's trying to basically one up Michelson a little bit.
Okay. And so okay, so we retcon real quick. It's difficulty level 7.
And yoink.
Trying to remember actually, because I do math in my head. So
Exponential, it should be 64. Because it was 32 at level 6, so it should be 64.
that's right. Trying to remember what I set it to.
We have truly fucked him.
It would have been a really high considering if it was level 10. That's a lot of threat. And Prax looks like Cam's like, from my understanding, the program will also inform me a little bit more about the fighter if you like.
I kind of know the basics, but I should be able to put it through its paces, no problem. I bet I know how he built it.
Very well. Computer, begin simulation, Prax orders, and you're now soon found inside Michelson's fighter in open space. And the next to you is another green fighter, and comes across the con. Greetings, Ghost Rider. My call sign will be Iron Eagle for the remaining of this patrol. If you don't mind, let's get you familiar with the mechanics of this of your fighter. If you like, please do a few maneuver checks for me around this asteroid.
Should be Daring Con
Plus difficulty 1.
and Engines
Oh.
Con.
Oh god, it's a tutorial, punch it in the face.
Alright, that's 2 momentum. Remember, I gotta pull out all the Holodeck Woes stuff again. Luckily, I never deleted this stuff.
Yay, rehash of old stuff without the certain NPCs that shall remain nameless. For player sanity's sake. As far as I know.
You don't want a rehash of what's her face, huh?
Burn in hell, Brax, burn in hell.
Okay, as you're after you're done doing the asteroid field, doing some maneuvers around there, all of a sudden a ion storm sweeps into the area. Give me a daring or control plus con difficulty 3, assisted by engines con.
Alrighty.
That is challenge dice.
Oh, that was challenge dice? My bad.
Yep.
Ooh.
Alrighty, you can succeed at cost, but you're gonna get a complication.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Okay. Your engines, you do succeed in navigating through, but you do have some slight engine trouble. For now on, all your engines are increased in complication by 1 when using the ship.
Okay. It's not too bad.
Okay. And with that, we're going to head right back to Holodeck 2. As the captain trots along on the wagon, mushing the horses. Like before, Captain, you notice a storm brewing off in the distance.
I go hard on the reins to get there faster.
Okay.
Captain, are we in some kind of hurry? I'm like holding on to the side.
Okay, give me a control con check for your horse rating. Difficulty 1.
Oh, I gotta find my sheet here.
Too bad there's not a focus in equestrian arts. Actually, I think there is. Or you can have one anyway. But
You succeed. And the horses go faster. I need everyone, considering I'm going to spend 2 threat here. And kind of make a little complication that the ride is pretty rough. I want everyone to give me a security fitness check. Difficulty 1.
I didn't know we needed that today.
he's in the carriage. I mean, does he really have to make one? I mean, it's up to
pretty
you.
rough. It's the check is to make sure that you're not like jarred or like getting sick to your stomach, like motion sickness in a way.
See, instead of being in the carriage, I thought Rikov maybe like have something tied behind the carriage and doing kind of a surfing thing along the roads as we're going.
Now he'd be like on top of the carriage, like providing security. Or like the
job
where the driver sits.
Yeah, the only person inside of the carriage is the driver.
So I need a check there from you, Ragov. But so far you have 2 momentum you guys gained.
What was it?
Fitness security, difficulty 1. 3 momentum total, so you guys should be up to 5.
And he only rolled 1 dice.
Oh, are
too.
we
Yeah,
the same with Caleb?
He's holding on with one hand too, by the way.
Are we sharing momentum with Michelson or Caleb?
You guys can share momentum if you want to or not. It does not matter. So I guess group 1, is at 2, while Ragoff, I need one more dice roll.
And Captain, your group right now is at 3.
Yeah.
Make that 5.
Make that 5. So yeah.
Pinky finger hold.
All right.
He's holding on with his toes.
Captain, you managed to get everyone there in one piece and in record time than your previous journey. You come up as like before. It's gates to an old Victorian-style home somewhere in upstate New York in the late 19th century. As you pull, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Well, I want to. As soon as we step out of the carriage, I want to say something, but you can go up till that point.
Okay. You approach as the carriage halts. You all wow, southern accent there. As all of you get off, you are greeted by the butler Codsworth. So at that point, you can interject if you want.
I jump down, and once everyone's out of the carriage, I'm gonna, for the fun of it, slap the horses on the ass. And then I'm gonna motion to everybody to huddle with me except for Codsworth. I'm gonna say, you have to tell them you're from the south and that you were on the south side.
Got it. Regov would know this, by the way. This is Earth history. It's Earth history. He's human.
He may or may not know it. It depends on how much was covered. So, Regov, give me let's make this a reason science check just to recall your history.
Come on, Mr. Sarek. Of course not.
I'm gonna bank the threat from that complication. Unless you guys want to spend your 2 momentum.
No, I just say that maybe Regov is thoroughly convinced that the South actually won because he couldn't quite remember it correctly.
He kind of looks at the captain like, "Are you sure?"
You question yourself for a moment. You questioned it. It's like, wait, what? And then you realize that the captain might be pulling one over you. In terms of Earth history.
Okay. Well, shall we go inside then?
I do declare we shall. And he turns around and heads in.
As a southerner, I believe I should be offended by that.
I mean, I think half of us here are from the South.
So as you walk in, you notice that the mansion is lit by kerosene lights. Lighting is rather poor at this point in time. Codsworth asks, tells all of you, gentlemen, if you don't mind, you can mingle until Mr. McConnell is ready. As before, you guys have there's a bunch of people around here. Captain, you pretty much recognize everyone's face.
So I recognize the lady who ran off on the horse?
You do, yes. And
I want to walk up to her.
She is currently, though, with she's currently talking to Edith King at the moment.
I still want to walk up to her and talk to her.
Okay. All right.
What's her name again?
Her name is Julia Walter.
Miss Walter.
Do I know you, sir? I don't believe
I feel we may have met one time, but it may have been long ago. I'm Captain Sarek, and these are my companions. Dr. Morganth and a Commander Regov.
Are you all from the military?
In a manner of speaking.
I see. Well, I do thank you for your service, Captain.
Well, thank you. I've come to just request that if you decide to introduce any unpleasantries tonight because of the situation with your horse track, I would be very disappointed. And he kind of
so
motions to the pistols in his jacket.
Julia is not. That's Edith King is the one that owns the horse track.
Oh,
Julia was, from me remember last time, Julia was the one that committed the murder.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Edith she's an elderly woman who, her husband passed away that owned the horse track, and she now currently runs it, from what you remember. Julia, you guys didn't really get to know her, other than the fact that Silo was the one that was with her at the time. I don't remember if you guys recall that or not.
Okay, well then,
I'll
put that threat towards the right person.
Yeah, I'll rephrase. Well, I did put it towards the right person, but I stated a falsity. I'll just rephrase to tell her that I hope she doesn't introduce any unpleasantries, and I motion towards my pistols.
Okay, and she looks at you like, Captain, I swear, I am just an innocent bystander. I'm just an innocent woman. I have no idea what you're talking about this evening.
I do think
holograms.
I do think in a couple of hours we shall.
Unless you have something nefarious planned, there, Captain, I assure you that I have no ill will intention to anyone here.
I feel your ill will shall be soon revealed.
He's just laying it on thick. He's like, I know it was you, bitch. It's confess now. I know.
Whatever you partake, Captain, but if you don't mind, I think I'll be heading to the ballroom at this point. And she walks off. Edith King kind of looks at you like, well, Captain, that was an awfully odd thing to say to such a young, pretty woman.
Oh, I do think she'll commit murder before the night's out. I'm just here to see how long it takes.
Murder, you say, Captain?
Why,
pray tell, would anyone want to commit murder?
I kind of, at this point, put my hand on his shoulder and just kind of in his ear, and this is going to be completely disregarding of his rank.
You can tell me mentally. You don't have to whisper.
Yeah, that's right. Mentally, I go, Roland, was that really necessary?
I just do. It's all in good fun.
All right. And I just continue to follow along. I look like I was going for something, and then I just loosen up and just go with it. Just, okay.
And to Edith King, I'm going to say, well, it shouldn't be hard to imagine murder. I mean, what if someone did something so awful as to ruin the prospects of one's business?
I would agree with you, sir, but I don't think committing murder is the right course of action. There are things that can be handled in the courts of law.
And I do too, but I dare say she won't.
Is there something you know about Miss Walters that I'm not privy to, Captain?
All shall be revealed.
The captain is a good judge of a person's personality, for lack of a better term. He gets reads on people, and he's right 99% of the time. And I say this just as calm as can be, just collected, just flat out. Basically as brash as the captain is being, just more calm about it.
I see. And so Ragoff, are you just kind of like, are you staying near the captain and the doctor, or are you kind of like off on your own?
He's kind of like looking at stuff around the house with one of his weapons slung over his shoulder, just kind of looking at pictures and stuff.
Okay. So you took hand cannons, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Cosworth comes up and is like, excuse me, sir. I'm pretty sure you need to leave your weapons outside. I cannot allow you to have weapons inside the mansion. That may threaten Mr. McConnell's well-being.
He looks at you, at the what is he, butler?
Yes, he's the butler.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I don't. And he kind of like stares at him.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave your weapons outside and at the door, or I will have them forcibly removed from you.
I'd like to see that happen.
The captain, hearing this, is going to come over with piqued interest.
You know what I did in the Civil War, boy, don't you?
Sir, I assure you I am no boy. And Cosworth is actually an elderly gentleman, like Alfred type age.
Oh, okay. She was like, you know how many people I killed with these, right?
I'm sure you killed many people, sir, but as respect to the other guests, I am going to have to ask you to please remove your weapons and leave them at the door.
Alright, at this point I'm gonna come up and be like, gentlemen, Commander, we are guests in this house.
Who said we have to be good guests?
I'm gonna look at Codsworth and I'm gonna say, sir, you have insulted a colleague of mine, suggesting that he is a mere cutthroat and murderer. And I'm gonna take my gloves and I'm gonna slap him with my glove, and I say, I challenge you, sir.
You hear in your brain,
as a matter of honor.
And you hear in your brain, oh my God, Roland, why?
The butler's like, sir, I have merely asked your companion. I was not accusing him of anything, and requesting me for a duel is just uncalled for. I merely asked him to remove his weapons and remain him at the door for the well-being of all the guests.
I think the guests are much safer when this man is armed. He is a dutiful protector of the law.
Okay, you need to roll a command presence check for me on that.
I really want to assist. I'm trying to figure out how I could.
Can I use diplomacy? Or no, persuasion.
Yes, persuasion for focus will work. This will be an opposed check. Okay. I understand your companion here is probably is worth what he says. However, I would still like it if. How many is he carrying?
2.
I will allow him to have the one, and with only one shot. The other weapon would have to remain at the door.
I look at Regov. I say, we can just have another one appear whenever we want. So you just spike it so it can't be used and throw it by the door.
All right. And he goes and puts one by the door.
Thank you, sir. And at that moment, Mr. McCollum comes down from the top of the stairwell and goes, "Thank you, friends and business partners, for joining me this evening. I have asked all of you here tonight, as you know my interests go far and wide, and tonight I'm going to reveal to you all of my new business ventures. Cosworth, if you please." And with that, Cosworth pulls on a little rope, and all the kerosene lights in the room go out, revealing a room of total darkness. And with that, suddenly the lights flick back on, with revealing what appears to be late 19th century light bulbs. All the guests clap their hands together at the wonder that they see. As you can see, my friends, with this new invention of electricity, homes no longer have to burn kerosene to light them, or the city streets at night. I have a grand vision to move forward with this new technology and power the city of New York with it. I do hope all of you can join me on this great venture into the next century. Now please relax and enjoy yourself this evening. We have much more to talk about.
The captain's gonna say very loudly, "And pray tell, what will the whalers do? How will they feed their families?"
As Mr. Cotler comes down, he comes up to you, Captain. Is like, "I'm sure the whalers will do just fine, Captain. There's many things that the whalers will be able to do with, such as from the oil from the whale's hide for various things, women's cosmetics, and other ventures. I'm sure that will capitalize on more industries soon to come."
Oh, sir, I'm not convinced that women's cosmetics will ever be a thriving industry.
Well, there are movements about, and I do pray tell here that I think Miss King will say otherwise. She is very prominent in certain areas.
I've noticed.
uh, if you like, we can discuss more about this venture. I'm sure, Captain, it would be most appealing to your wallet.
Well, I know money is appealing to my wallet. I haven't decided on electricity yet.
It's the way of the future, Captain.
It's kind of impressive.
Really, Doctor? You think electricity will be a good invention, not merely a fad?
Oh no, I didn't say that. And I'm just playing off of him. No, I didn't say that. It's definitely a fad, but at the same time, I can see some applications for this in minor areas of life. Maybe not an entire city, but
I think, sir, you just plan to apply electricity to your patients.
I mean, there's a few things that electricity would be good for, but no, actually. Surgery by kerosene lamps is trying in the best of times, but with some of these, with some mirrors attached, with directed light, perhaps. But wide scale, never.
The captain looks to Regov, thinking Regov might have an opinion, and then he thinks Regov might not have an opinion, and looks back.
Regov looks bored into the distance.
He's just not feeling it. He's waiting for the action. I can see him with a few Southern belles talking about his mustache.
I mean, I
Okay.
feel like in this era, Regov's gonna have much more than a mustache. Regov's gonna be doing like, have you ever seen Ambrose Burnside with the mutton chops?
Oh yeah.
Civil War. Yeah, you're gonna look like General Burnside.
That would be pretty cool.
But yeah, we basically just insulted his electricity, so.
So, Mr. McCall kind of just walks away from it, you know. It's like he feels like not everyone could be convinced on it. He believes that maybe time could tell. But going back on script from the holodeck, you do notice that he whispers something into Codsworth's ear, and Mr. Codsworth kind of walks away and heads upstairs. And we're going to change scenes here. And we're going back to holodeck 1. See if I have everything in here. Nope, I do not. Throw in the tokens here real quick.
The captain just wants to watch the holodeck burn, that's all. Just the whole thing.
He is so bored that he is letting loose and doing everything he would normally not, because he knows there's no consequences, and he's already seen the end. So he's done his good playthrough. Now he's gonna do his evil playthrough.
He's done his pacifist run, now it's time for the genocide run. I got it. Yeah.
Got it.
Andel's just like, okay. I'll go with this, sure.
Okay. So with that, there, our Ensign Calum, Lieutenant Walker opens up the comms. It was some rather interesting display of flying through that ion storm there, Ensign. Is everything all right?
Just some minor damage to my engines. I'll be fine.
Receiving orders that we're to head into the Badlands there, Ghost Rider, from the USS Saratoga. I'm relaying the coordinates to you now. We are ordered to intercept and disable the fighters that have been picked up on long-range sensors. Do you have any questions, Ensign?
Negative. Intercept and disable.
Very well.
And I'll plot a course to intercept.
Okay. You enter the Badlands. As you know from last time, everything is going to increase in. Where do I have that?
Everything's going to increase in, I think it's difficulty by 1 or complication range
Yes.
by 1 for engines, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, everything's increased difficulty of 1. That's right.
Yeah.
So you have 1 complication though currently because of your engines at the moment.
Yes. One extra
right.
complication.
Both you and the Lieutenant Walker, so Ghost Rider and Iron Eagle have entered the Badlands, and they currently spot 3 Maquis fighters on an intercept course.
Okay. Then I will go on ahead And let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and pull the Picard maneuver.
You're gonna pull the Picard maneuver.
Yeah, Picard maneuver.
All right. So are you trying to create an advantage with this?
Uh,
Sounds like what it would do to me.
no.
You're
What the Picard maneuver is you uh engage at
Yeah,
warp speed, making it appear like you're in two places at once.
right. That would be classified as sort of an advantage, though. Otherwise, you're just warping to the target.
Oh, okay, yeah. Never mind. I'll just warp in. And
Okay. That'd be 1 power.
yeah, that'll be 1 power.
You should be able to move your token, by the way.
No, I can't.
Can't?
Nope.
What? Okay, that's weird. Alright, so you're into there? Is that right? Or
Yeah,
there?
that's about right.
Okay. Alright, that is... Give me a... difficulty... See, 1 control, or actually it'd be daring. Daring con. Assisted by the ship's engines con. Okay. I will just bank the threat.
Okay. Boy.
Just made it.
Yeah, I know.
You have... So you're within close range. That was your 1 task. You can spend 2 momentum to do a swift task. And oh yeah, so yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 2 momentum to either retain the
Retain the initiative or do a
initiative.
swift task.
Or do a swift task. Yes.
I forgot that I need to add in.
Oh boy! I think I'm
Forgot
gonna go ahead
Prax is
and do
with
it.
you.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that Prax is there with you too in the
Yeah.
control cockpit. So
Yeah,
I get to
I'm
blow
gonna do
stuff up.
Yeah, you do.
All right.
I am going to do a swift task and do a control security roll.
Okay.
And focus. No, because it's a small craft focus. So it wouldn't apply. Do I have... Oh man, I need to look up what that does. And weapons security roll.
So that's a hit. You get 1 momentum.
Uh-huh.
And roll me some damage. That's 5.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, that is 5. And I have 2 bonus momentum to spend on spendables.
Right. So
I'm going to do 1 to penetration, 1 to extra damage.
okay. You get a good hit on it, and it looks like it took a nasty hit. And it is your turn. The Maquis fighter is going to go. Oh, don't tell me I didn't put this. I did not. Where? Seriously, they don't have it on here? I'll just do that. Okay. So the Maquis fighter is going to return, or I'm going to spend a threat. It's going to roll an extra dice. And I do believe that is a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Wow. Okay, that is awesome. I'm going to spend another threat to reroll damage. I'll at least reroll the 2 that did not roll. There we go, that's better. So that's total 4. It's going to do penetration and extra damage, so total 5 to the fighter.
Knocks out my shields.
And I believe that's a breach too, right?
Yeah.
And let's see, what is 3?
You don't have that table on here yet, do you? No. Okay.
No, I need to add that on here, because that would make life so much easier.
Oh, yeah.
I love the breach table. I believe that is actually sensors, if I recall, but trying to actually find the actual table here. Sorry, I was not expecting you to actually want to run this program today.
Well, Ensign Calum hasn't.
Right, I know,
messed
you
with
as a
this
player.
fighter.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting you to be playing today, so.
Oh, well, yeah. I literally got off work right at about 5:15, so.
And I cannot find the actual table. Wow, really? Come on. 3. Yeah, okay, it's engines. You suffer 1 breach to engines.
Whoa. Okay.
So 1 breach, your skill 2.
Yeah.
I believe that is damaged.
Uh huh.
Not off to a good start, are we, today?
Nope.
Alright.
Oh boy.
And the turn goes to Prax. Where, it's what? It's got cannons, right?
Yes, it's phaser cannons, damage 4.
So trying to remember what I could do with cannons. I think they're just function like banks. So, well, she's going to attempt to fire on the Maquis fighter that you fired on earlier.
Okay, just don't destroy it.
2. Oh. Okay. Roll for the assist. Roll damage. So that's 3. 1 to penetration, I guess, and then 1. That's a breach anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Let's roll. 14.
Oh, I didn't roll for my breach earlier on that either.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it though, because I need to figure out what it's at. So that's actually the same. That's both the structure.
Oh, crud.
So right now,
Destroyed. Pretty sure.
well, actually, one more hit will destroy it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one beyond. Actually, goes to engines if we're doing actual table right. So
Oh, okay.
another hit will go to the engines on it. And to the Maquis fighter,
Oh boy.
it's going to do a warp jump. Why not? Barely succeeds, and it's going to go up to where Iron Eagle is at. And I think that's all it can do. It is Iron Eagle's go.
Yep.
And actually, I need to use not support crew staff, but bring that up. She's going to fire upon the actual enemy that's in front of her. That is a complication. Succeeds though, and I'm making the threat. Ship task roll. Ugh. Wow. This isn't looking good for you. I've got all this threat.
I know.
Let's see. Versatile. We're going piercing. It's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's enough to drop its shields and get a breach on it. These things suck. And that is to its weapons on that
Nice.
one. I'll mark it like that. Just to show that it's got 2 breaches on it.
Yeah.
And then the third Maquis ship, let's go. And it's going to move in and do an attack on you. I got way too much shit pulled up. That's why I need more monitors, I swear. I'm going to spend some threat.
Yeah.
For an extra die.
Oh boy. Oh, he misses. Cool.
Nope, I'm spending 2 threat. Reroll that. I gotta spend threat, dude. Complication. It hits, but figure out what the complication does here. And then there's like the assist, which ship doesn't do anything. Rolling damage. Oh look, you take 3 damage.
3. Okay. Well, it is.
And that's with. It's also penetration too, so because of versatile.
Yeah. So it is 3 damage. I have no shields. That is a breach.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
That's engines
3.
again.
Yeah. Your engines are. I guess that's actually
Destroyed.
not good. Yeah, I think they're destroyed.
Oh, Michelson, you are not.
It's
Oh
not
no,
Michelson,
it's
right?
it's still disabled. It's
It's still
considered disabled. Yeah.
Okay.
So on the next turn, pull up engines here. I believe you're going to be bleeding power massively at this point.
Yeah.
So next turn they need to be repaired.
Okay.
But you are losing 1 power every round until the ship is repaired.
Okay. So I'm down to 2 power now.
Yep. And the difficulty is going to be 3. All tasks are +2 to that are done by the engine. So any maneuvering check is going to be high.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is now your go.
I'm gonna be like, well, crud. Try and fix the engines.
All right. So it's engines. You can actually use your con for this. So I believe that's going to be.
Should be. Is it control con?
It's either control or daring, one or the other. Double checking. Hey, just give me a control or daring engineering check. Or
Okay.
con for you. It'll be con, so. Because it's
Yeah.
anytime you have to deal with, it's a con special utility thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my determination second only to Michelson.
Okay. I'll allow it.
I'll
Difficulty's
use
3,
that
just
for.
so you know.
Yeah, I'm using that
Alright.
for a nat 1.
Okay.
Or.
So you get 1 momentum. The engines are repaired, so you know the ship's no longer bleeding power.
Uh huh.
I believe that's all you can do.
Yeah, unless I want to retain initiative, because I have 2. Oh.
Right.
Boy.
Or do a swift.
Yeah, I need to do a swift action and do evasive action.
Okay, so it's gonna be an increased difficulty. So it's difficulty 1 for evasive, right? And then plus
Yeah.
1 for the being the Badlands. So another additional +1 because you're doing an override task, or essentially the override task kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, difficulty 3.
All right. Let's hope I can pull this out of my. I'm going to use my bold con. Give you a threat.
Okay.
Re-rolling 1 from that.
Don't forget about your
And here,
assist.
that's what I'm getting ready to roll right now. That's 2 more momentum.
Okay.
And because I succeeded at an evasive action on my turn, I spend my 2 momentum gained and increase the difficulty by another 1 to hit me. Using my ship's
Okay,
improved
so
impulse
it's
drive.
gonna be difficulty 4 to hit.
Yeah, it's going to be difficulty 4 to hit me, difficulty 3 to hit them.
Right. So I'll just move you there to show that you moved. Alright. Keep in mind though, you still have those breaches on the engines. So
I'm tracking. Yep.
alright. The Maquis fighter here is going to kind of like lazily turn and attack. And I'm gonna spend 6 threat.
course you are. You're trying to get me. That's 5. You hit.
That's a hit, and I believe I get a threat back.
Yeah, because it was difficulty 4.
Yep, and then the assist. Nope.
That's still a breach.
Still a breach.
Yeah.
But that is 3 damage without spending any. So roll your dice. 11, I believe that is to structure.
Oh, crud.
That is to structure.
Oh boy.
And let's see here. So I believe Prax is going to try and get the shields back up, unless you have a suggestion for her,
Not really.
because it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah. I needed to get the engines back online, and now I need the shields back online. That was going to be my next thing.
Ooh, even trying to put the get power of it back to the shields. Ouch. Because it's a complication because of the damage to structure when she rolls.
Huh?
Yeah, because it's, I believe it's disabled
Yeah.
or damaged.
Damaged.
Yeah. So structure damage. If the vessel suffers minor hull breaches somewhere on the ship, complication for all engineering tests to repair systems by 2. Okay, so no, I guess not. Also, the ship's resistance is reduced by 1. So you're at resistance 1 right now.
Oh, snap. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm going to get as far as I did last time.
Doesn't look that way.
Well, which is okay, because I'm still second to Michelson.
You know what? Since Praxis does not have an engineering score at all, she's just gonna fire and hopefully, at this point, try to disable one of them. So it's a difficulty 4, is it not?
Difficulty 3, I believe.
While targeting systems.
Yeah, it increases difficulty by 1.
Right, plus the evasive maneuver.
Yeah.
That you did.
4.
So yes,
Yeah,
difficulty 4.
I don't have that talent on my guy anymore.
She's gonna pop her determination. Risk is our business for 2
Mhm.
successes, and I'm giving myself threat as Prax or actually be 2 threat.
Conflict of
Roll-
interest.
It is a conflict of interest, but
It's the only way that Prax would be able to get a 4th dice.
just
Hey,
barely.
You got it.
Just barely. Roll the assist from the ship.
Weapons, security, assist. That's 1.
All right. Roll damage. She's targeting the engines too, so.
Yeah, damage. Oh, there we go.
Alright, and successfully disables the one. I need to turn the thing around. Right. And whoops. Wrong button. That one is disabled.
That one's disabled? Okay.
Yep. Knocked the engines completely out.
Mhm.
That's 2 breaches to engines.
Yep.
And the Maquis fighter that she fired at can't go.
Yep.
It's back to Iron Eagle. What is Miss Walker going to do?
She has that Maquis fighter on her butt.
Yep. She's going, so it's difficulty 3. See, last time I used threat for her, right?
Yeah, you use threat for her too.
Alright, I'm gonna get an extra it's conflict of interest here, but just gonna roll 2 extra dice.
Well, you're spending the threat this time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Wow. That's definitely a hit. And
Yeah.
with her. So that's successes on a difficulty 3.
That's 8 successes.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, 8. Wow.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that fighter is disabled permanently.
And I don't get momentum from her, so I don't think.
Yeah, better not to give myself 5 threat. You know what? You can take have max momentum. That'll be nice. And then she's going to spend. I'm gonna spend 2 threat to do a swift task, and it is an increased difficulty, spending more threat. I got all this threat, man. I gotta spend it somehow.
I know.
And she's going to do a warp jump over. That is a lot, but
4 successes on a difficulty.
it's difficulty 1 for the Badlands. It's increased difficulty because she's doing an extra action, so it's
2.
Yeah, 2. So 2 threat or 2 momentum, but you're max. So
Yeah.
that is all she can do. So that was the Maquis 1 fighter that she fired at. It's now disabled. It is now back to you.
Okay. I'm gonna maneuver and target their engines. You know, just lazily turn, target engines.
So I'm gonna put this. Those 2 are disabled. There's one that it's taking damage, but it's not yet disabled. It's got 1 breach, 2 engines, I think. Or no, it's just both the structure.
Yeah.
So you're gonna target their engines.
Yeah, spending 1 for 3. I get it back. I'll do that here in a second. Yep, they're done.
Alright, and they're disabled.
In the lull between leaving, can I roll to bring our shields back up?
So usually, you're still shields come back up at during scene changes.
Okay.
Automatically, along with power. That's usually kind of how it goes. But
Okay.
so you're not gonna, but you're gonna lose like a momentum.
Yeah,
but you're still gonna retain the actual damage to the fighter.
Yeah, I know. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. So back on the other holodeck. The night is just beginning.
Ray.
So, Captain, like before, the storm has picked up. The lights in the room start to flicker. And off. And in the distance, you hear the sound of thunder.
The captain looks very gleeful, and
He's
says,
excited.
"Boys, it's about to begin, boys."
The one thing you do
Huh.
notice, Captain, is you don't see what you had before, like the disturbance you kind of noticed the last time in the holodeck. So you don't see like the phase of the holodeck going in and out like before.
I would
Well-
hope not, because heads would roll if the same thing happened twice.
Looks like we're not in for any dead nurses today, Doctor.
So as before,
Pardon?
the rain.
He just looks confused, like, pardon?
Oh, it's nothing, Doctor.
Okay.
I think when I saw this last time, there was a bit of trickery in a nurse that died.
Oh. Okay.
I don't believe the nurse died.
No, I believe Mir performed some pretty heroic surgery.
The captain doesn't know this mirror you're talking of.
He doesn't exist anymore. That's sad.
So the festivities continue in the holodeck. Everything is kind of as it was before. The people have come in, dined, and eats, and they're dancing to some of the music. But unlike before, Captain, you notice that the tune of the music it's kind of different. Than before. It's kind of gleam and disturbing in a way.
Someone's added some modifications since I last saw this. He's just gonna go sit down at the table and wait for the lights to go out.
So what is Ragoff and the doctor, who have not experienced this before, going to do?
I have no idea.
I'm just going to keep an eye on the captain and slowly kind of take my place, because I assume they're assigned seating and we all have our own spots, so I take my spot at the table, but keeping an eye on the captain, because this is odd. I mean, given what he's been through, it's not odd, but as somebody who, like, knows of him, it's like, no, it's not right. Something's wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna go sit at the table. And I guess, like he said, wait for the festivities.
Do the same thing.
Okay. You notice people dancing around. The music kind of stops. They clap. Like, and it was really strange while you were watching them dance. It's this kind of depressing music, and everyone was kind of dancing to more of an upbeat tone. Like, it just feels off.
Yeah, no, the doctor noticed it, and that's kind of why he was looking at the captain and be like, I don't think he's remembering this like he thinks he is, because if he's like expecting something exciting going down and like gloomy music is playing, the doctor is definitely unsettled. It's like, okay.
The captain looks at the doctor and goes, "Don't be so down, Morgan. Have fun." And he hands him some synthale.
He drinks it and is like, absolutely, Captain. And he kind of pretends to loosen up.
So moving a little bit further on, you notice Captain, give me a security insight check. Difficulty 1. Bank of momentum. You notice this time that, unlike before where Mr. Underwood was dancing with the nurse that you knew, is actually dancing with Miss Walters.
Who is she?
That was the woman who was the murderer the last time you ran through this.
Yeah, that was the one woman you told off.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm gonna knock Regov on the shoulder. Hey, Regov, I think you should go dance with her.
And why would I do that, Captain?
My reasons are not good, but they can turn into orders if they need to be.
I thought we were here to have fun.
Then go have fun.
Okay. He walks over to the bar.
Is there a bar?
I mean, it's a southern mansion. There's got to be a bar.
Hey, you said go have fun.
Captain is gonna follow Regov.
He grabs the bourbon and just like takes the top off and takes a huge swig.
The captain
fun.
responds by doing the same, and
I will
slamming.
go
He slams the bottle down in like an attitude of like, I'm gonna beat you at this.
Reagan like slams his fist on the wooden desk and says, "Challenge accepted, Captain." Grabs another bottle, and, like breaks the top off on the edge of the counter, and, like just chugs it.
The doctor, on the other hand, is doing what the doctor suggested Regov do, and is going to attempt to go dance with the woman.
The captain is gonna match Regov drink for drink.
Okay.
So in like 5 minutes, we'll be on the floor.
So, actually, you don't get drunk off synthol, so sorry. Yeah, it's not the good stuff. While you're drinking, Ragoff and Starx, you notice, Captain, that Colonel Zachary Ross, who you dealt with before, comes up and goes, two men who know how to get down and have a good time. Mind if I join you two? Or you two gents?
Reagan burps loudly. Think you can handle it?
I take that as a challenge. What is your name?
I am King. I am Reagan. Nice to meet you.
I'm Colonel Ross. You look like you've seen some trying times there, Mr. Ragoff.
That's nothing I can't handle. As he breaks another bottle.
The captain's gonna say, Mr. Regov here was in the Army of Northern Virginia.
He was.
Quite bravely, too. He saw off many a Yankee.
He fought for, well, as caring as our president, as much as I don't really care for the Confederates, but I trust that, Captain, you did not partake with the South.
I'm sorry, sir, but that captain comes from commanding blockade runners in the Confederate fleet.
I see. He takes a swig of his drink and walks off.
The captain has gone full-blown Joker.
I mean, he's already seen this program, so he's just kind of messing around.
Okay.
Like
You can pick.
if he played it the same way, he wouldn't have any fun because he's already seen how it ends.
Fair enough.
Okay. As we go over to the back to the doctor who's dancing with Julia Walters, she goes,
Yep.
"You're quite. Give me a roll. Let's see. What should I do for a dance check?
It's probably fitness.
I'm thinking more control. I'm just trying to think of the department. You know
Probably
what? Just
control command.
Because I'm leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's leading.
Yeah. Let's go with control command. That sounds appropriate. Ah, you crush it. And-
I know some dance moves.
yeah.
The captain.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, the captain is noticing his expert moves on the floor and is cheering him on.
Luckily, you know what? No. This Betazoid blushes a little bit because he is like, it's both the awkward blush and he's actually like a member of the main family is congratulating me. That's awesome. So he is kind of blushing a little bit.
So, Ms. Walters started his comments. He's like, "You're such an excellent dancer, Doctor.
Thank
Do
you.
pre-tell, where are you from?"
I'm not from this country.
I see.
I'm from, and he thinks back on Earth culture and goes, I'm from Europe, London.
Ah, beautiful place.
Yes, it is. It is a very nice place to live. So tell me about yourself. A little bit about yourself.
Oh, I'm here on business. I shouldn't say, but I've been hired by Mr. McConnell through an agency as sort of to be a companion for gentlemen such as yourselves for tonight's festivities.
Oh, all right. No, I'm not gonna do that the rest of the night. That's not gonna happen. Well, I mean, one has to make one's living any way they can, right?
There are other more noble pursuits, but unfortunately, this is the only one available me for it at the time.
Well, what were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
No, that was him in character because he caught her trying to speak up, or he thinks he did. So that was in character.
I'm just a simple girl trying to make a life for herself. That's all.
Ah, I want an insight check on the hologram.
Go
Using
right ahead.
psychiatry.
Okay.
What is that? Insight medicine?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Or science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe
I'm not.
she's
It's not
killing
going to be.
all of it.
You really can't sense any ulterior motives, you know? Like, she appears to be telling you the truth, you know, from what you've gathered. You know, it may not be all of her story, but other than that, you don't really get anything horrible from
She
her.
hasn't. Yeah, she hasn't lied so far.
Right.
Got it.
That's why I'm not doing a post check.
Yep. Then we.
We'll say you get
continue
momentum out of
dancing.
that, but you continue dancing.
Yep.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do? I will take that as a no. Or
Yeah, no. I'm just
do
waiting for
you
the
have
lights.
something? You ready? Okay, as we speed up, as the dancing goes on, the lights go out once again with the clash of thunder.
The captain yells very loudly, "It's beginning!"
And with that, you hear the Dashley cry of a... all the sound effects I wish I would have did beef last time.
Good God
And-
Almighty. All right,
And
go ahead.
there you see, Doctor, Julia collapses into your arms, almost kind of
Whoa.
motionless in a way.
Wait, the murderer just collapsed in his arms?
The person you thought was the murderer collapsed in my arms. Yes.
The captain looks
Doctor,
very excited and declares, "The hunt is on!"
Sorry.
The captain looks. I want to see if I notice anyone who is in the room that is missing.
okay. Real
And
quick,
I catch her.
Doctor, okay, you catch her, and as you're like in the back, you can feel this knife directly in her back. She's still, you get the feeling that she's still breathing, and she's kind of coughing, and blood's kind of like going on, you know, getting on your fine clothes and everything else.
I'm a doctor. This is normal. Before she loses consciousness, do you know anybody that may have wanted to do this to you? And I'm like checking her like a doctor would, you know, just to make it not seem obvious.
And she just kind of like, and she recites these lines that kind of confuse you a little bit. And she's like coughing up blood. Player characters aren't supposed to be harmed in this. Something is wrong. I don't want to die.
Okay, so as the doctor, because first do no harm, I am going to not roll her over because that's a bad idea. I'm actually going to clear off the table and pick her up and put her on the table. It's not all the way through. Is it? I don't think. No.
No, it's stopped in the ribcage, but I mean, if we're gonna go here real quick, roll me a. Is that your insight medicine? That was the other one, but roll me an insight medicine check.
Insight medicine?
Another one. Yep. Difficulty 1.
Okay.
You gain momentum, but unfortunately, it's, you know, the knife has not penetrated or fully gone in her back, but it looks like it might have penetrated. You assume that it could have entered in one of her lungs.
Okay, I open my doctor's bag and look for a protoplasm, and I came prepared this time. I'm going to take my medical tricorder. I'm going to scan over the wound, make sure that it's the lung that's affected.
Give me a reason medicine check with the medical tricorder. Difficulty 4.
Shit. I'm going to spend 3 momentum for the 4 dice. Alright. And here we go. Why not? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna burn a value to reroll. I mean, pick one. Sentient life is precious. Help where you can, when you can. Needs of the few. Pick one. So,
Any of those will do.
yeah, okay. And it's 3 successes, so, damn. Oh well.
Okay, so you don't really everything. I'm gonna take.
Sorry. One more
Go
thing.
ahead.
Cautious medicine.
Right. Okay.
I can re-roll that 0.
You should, so just re-roll that and take your determination back because that's what you should have did first before you popped the determination.
Oh,
So I'll allow
okay.
you to keep your determination. Just that way you realize, remember in first case, like if you have cautious medicine, do the re-roll for that first before you pop determination. So okay, you succeed. And on the tricorder scan, you notice strange things on the tricorder. Like, she's a hologram, so you're getting the basic layout of what would appear like to be a humanoid body, in the holographic state. But it appears that her matrix has merged with another matrix.
Huh.
Like
Now
there's
I wish Chief
another.
Altera was here.
There's something else inside the matrix. Like something is attached itself to that particular hologram.
Captain,
The captain
here for a
comes
minute.
over, pistol in each hand. What, doctor?
I don't know how good you are at engineering, but can you take a look at this? And I show him my tricorder results.
I got a C in Engineering 101. I could probably handle it.
I mean, it's better than my D+.
Yeah, let me try to separate these out here. I'm gonna try to separate the matrix.
He's going to cascade failure the Matrix. Watch.
I'm just trying to think here. Give me a reason engineering.
You sure I
To kind of
can't
analyze
use
the program.
presence command to will it into existence?
Unfortunately not, no.
I guess persuasion doesn't count as a focus either.
No. The only focus I would take would be hollow programming in this instance.
I'm gonna burn all of our momentum for 2 more dice. What was the task roll?
Reason engineering. And since he kind of didn't really create a, I'll let it be difficulty 2, since you kind of know what you're looking for.
Yeah, well, I have an 8 and a 1, so we're still burning all of our momentum on this.
Okay.
Oh god, I might as well have done it anyway. Because we have the
I
same
did it.
scores.
So with your limited knowledge of holographic programming, you do notice that there is definitely what the doctor says. There is another matrix attached to the to this hollow character program, or this character, um, and it's definitely not part of the simulation. It could be sort of like maybe like an after program that has gone to it. If you're wanting to try to bring that program out, or give me, it'll be like a control engineering difficulty 1. And you are at 1 momentum right now.
So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that.
So you're currently at 0 momentum. You do access the program matrix in there, and you try to bring it out. And the program matrix, while the body itself is still in its state, the face kind of changes, and you recognize the face, Captain.
Is it the ensign?
It is Emna. Yes, it is her face that has appeared. She's like, Captain, please help me. Something's not right. And with that, we're going to cut back to Holodeck 1. Dun dun
Oh,
dun.
boy. I saw that coming.
I did too.
What?
Although I didn't think that she'd be stabbed while dancing with me. But you know, I saw Emna making a return in some fashion.
You know, it can't be this Holodeck Woes without Emna. I mean, come on. It can't be.
Nope.
So, as you journey deeper into the Badlands, you notice on your sensors that the Maquis Raider has appeared and before you. The Raider calls out, or hails, Starfleet vessel. Retreat now while you can. We will not hesitate to open fire. I wish no harm to you and your people, or to you and your ship.
I'm gonna open the channel. And go. This is Ensign Calum to the commanding officer of the Maquis Raider. We have our orders to bring you in. Please do not resort to violence and come willingly.
Give me a command presence roll.
Oh boy. Oh man, you had to pick those two.
I wish you'd pick those two more often.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the opposite for me. I think I am going to spend 3 and get 2. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to be an opposed check. And
Yes.
since I don't have
Oh,
any
and just so you know,
focuses-
the difficulty is increased by 1 for movement in this area. So you're now at a +2,
Okay.
just like before.
Yeah. Since I don't have a focus, this is going to be fun.
I am spending a bunch of threat to counter that.
Please, all zeros. Be hilarious. Oh, complication.
Nope, but I'm spending 2 threat to get rid of the complication. So at this point, you can succeed at cost if you want to win the opposing check, or nothing happens. And the real question, if you want to succeed at cost, I want to make a complication for you.
Oh boy. much rather succeed at cost, but that complication, though, don't know what you would use it for. Yeah, I'm gonna succeed at cost.
Very,
Still
very
good.
well. Um, I'll surrender you to you willingly. Just give me a moment, and I'll power down my ship. And in that moment, a Galore class for the
There it is.
complication enters the system, or enters your in range of you. This is Gold Gazette, Starfleet vessel. We've been trailing this Maquis raider. Stand down, or else we will open fire upon you. They belong to the Cardassian people.
I'm afraid, Gulkadak, I'm not allowed to do that. We have our orders to bring them in.
All right. Uh, is there anything else you're gonna say?
I mean, there kind of is, but I don't know how to word it. So I'm gonna say he kind of just stops there.
Starfleet, this is a no man's zone. Clear out of here, or we'll open fire upon you. You have 10 seconds to comply.
I'm gonna look back at practically go, Commander. You got a suggestion here?
It is up to you, Ensign. This is your test, not mine.
Okay.
If I gave you an assistant here, you'll never learn anything.
Figured. Well, he's not gonna back down.
Well, if you have to say something, and then it'll be another opposed check to get Gold Gazette to back down.
Gold Kazed, I do not want to engage your ship either. We are here on orders from the Federation to detain these people and bring them back to Starfleet Command. At least in our hands, they would be able to live out their days.
Is that it?
I mean, he is a Bajoran, so he's kind of holding himself back from trying to attack them, knowing Starfleet's position. But he so badly wants to. But yeah, that's it.
Roll me a command presence.
Oh boy. I'm only going to be able to spend one momentum, which I don't want to do, but I've got to. Because I have a terrible command presence. And zeros across the board.
And just to get rid of threat, I'm spending a bunch.
6.
Yep. Because I'm evil like that. Look at that, almost all zeros.
Oh, almost.
But there's 2, so I only need 1 to win the oppose.
Yeah, you did.
He does not buy it. You know, you're not very convincing. And he powers up weapons and shields.
Well, here we go.
figure this out. Did not go set right. Can you see the turn order when I add this in?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Alrighty, it's your go first.
Oh,
Remember,
boy,
you
what's-
have the 2 breaches to your engines.
Yeah. Shields and power restored.
Yeah, shield and power have been restored.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to start out right away with evasive action.
Alright. Difficulty, since you're in the bat, it's going to be 3.
Boy.
Because you're in the Badlands.
Yeah, in deep with the Badlands. Please, oh, my ship. Please work. This is only a 9. Oh, hey, cool.
You get 1 momentum.
Okay. Oh, boy. And I'm gonna be kind of mean here, spend both of them and use my improved impulse drive. Making it for him difficulty 5 to hit me.
Okay. Since you're out of momentum, I think that's all you can do. The Galore, the Ragnar, is going to open fire. And I'm going to roll a bunch of dice.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to make it difficulty 5.
Well, you went to 7, didn't you? Is that right?
Huh?
When we started at it's difficulty 6, right? Or difficulty 7? Because you wanted to not want up 1 on Michelson?
Oh yeah, we went difficulty 7, yeah.
Yeah. You could have put a lower difficulty, I would have been easier on you.
I know.
What was the difficulty to hit you?
5?
That is just barely a miss. Unless I spend, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's see if I get the reroll or not. I believe there's
Ah, you rascal.
and the ship doesn't get shit anyway. So it is firing its. You know, we'll just go with disruptor banks on this thing.
Wait. Yikes. So
Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7
that's 2
damage.
breaches. That's 2
So-
breaches.
Well, so that's 5 damage total, minus your resistance.
No, it's 6 damage. Because my resistance is down 1.
That's right. So that's 2 breaches.
Yeah.
Give me 2 dice roll.
There go my
18.
engines for good.
Your engines are destroyed. You have
Yep.
now warp core breach in progress, I believe.
Yep, it's warp core breach in progress. /R 1d6.
Hold on, we'll get. It's not on this turn yet, just so you know.
I thought it was. My bad.
Yeah. And the other one is to your weapons. So weapons take a hit as well, and they're considered damaged.
Yeah.
What does the weapons do?
Increases difficulty by 1. I believe.
It's actually by 2
Ooh.
if they're damaged. Total number of breaches of weapon system has been suffered is equal to or greater than half the scale of the ship. So we're at half.
Yeah.
This increases the difficulty of all tasks that involved or assisted by the ship weapons by +2 until repaired.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the least of your concerns right now.
Oh no, that warp core is my concerns.
All right.
You can hit a difficulty 4.
Hey, there's no momentum for Prax to use because it is now her go. So now we are now in Warp Core Breach territory.
Okay.
Do.
Slash R 1d6 because it's a challenge die.
Yeah, or well, just roll a challenge die off the sheet because it has to be.
An effect, which is a 5 or
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Well, there goes the warp core. Simulation over.
Yeah, if one or more effect is rolled in each round. Yep. The reactor explodes, destroying the ship immediately. Boom. Simulation ends, and both you and Prax are now standing there at the holodeck, looking at each other. Well, Ensign, did you learn anything?
Don't charge into battle. Mainly. That was stupid on my part.
Yeah, I forgot to throw you on there too. My bad.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, Ensign, the only thing I can say is hope this has been a learning experience for you, and better luck next time, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess as Prax walks out of the holodeck, you just hear Calum. Damn it, even in death, he's better than me.
So with that, we're going to cut back to Holodeck 2. So, Doctor, you now have what appears to be Emna. Essentially her hollow matrix has merged with a hollow character named Julia Walters. And the captain managed to bring the actual matrix out and have it take over the body.
Captain, I can repair her, but I mean, as much as I can as a doctor, but
The captain's gonna look. He's gonna look, like come face to face with Imna, and say, "Do you know? Do you know what you are?"
I don't know what's wrong, but Captain, I'm a part of your crew. And she coughs up more blood.
This is important. You understand what the USS Sarek is, and that you understand your job on board.
I work in sick bay. Where's Doctor Mir?
yeah, I'm afraid he's not going to be joining us as I kind of start working on her.
Doctor, this is one of our hollow programs from the sick bay. We might as well try to save her. Let's do it.
Okay. And I begin in earnest to attempt to save her life with the tools that I brought with me from sickbay. Because the captain actually brought up a really good idea that I spaced on.
Regov.
I think he had to go for a while, so he's not
okay.
here right now.
Then Regov is ordered to stand guard by our backs so that if anyone bumps around, he'll shoot them.
Okay.
Okay. And we have no momentum.
You are out of momentum.
Okie dokie. I guess I'm going to start working on her. Like I said, I brought all my medical kit stuff.
Okay. Believe that's gonna be daring medicine check, right?
Yeah, I believe that is. Okay,
Can I
okay.
assist?
Not too
Uh, I don't. No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe. You just have to tell me how you're wanting to assist.
I'm holding the light for the doctor, holding his instruments, you know.
He's going to be my nurse.
I'm acting as a nurse. I'm kind of keeping the wound in the area clean so he can work quicker and stuff.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a daring medicine difficulty 1 because you have all of the proper tools.
Yep. Hey, just made it. Oh, and 2. Yay. You're a really good nurse, Captain.
What do I need a doctor for?
Oh, trust me, you need me. Anyway, continue.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to deal myself the appropriate threat for what's Holodeck to get rid of all that threat that Michelson had, or well, Calum had. So
Fun
yes,
times.
you pull out the knife, you cauterize the room and the wound, and you heal the damage. And she's like, she still feels very kind of weak because she's, a hologram.
Yeah,
Even though, with kind of like you just performed emergency, medicine and everything like that on her.
yeah. You'll just lay there for a little bit. It'll take some time to get your strength back.
Computer?
And the computer, let's see here. Is there a computer
Wait.
sound?
We don't have any hollow projectors outside of the holodeck, do we?
You do not, no.
No, she had one of those thingies, I
Yeah.
guess, they
And,
written the first time.
And Narendra Station, the tech team that was doing the programming of the EMDA program, took it along with
Okay.
the EMDA program.
Well,
Or
then
so we thought.
I'm gonna do computer, disable EMH nurse Imna, and restrict access to Captain Starrick's only, Alpha Beta 3-1. So she should disappear now. That's my intention.
So the computer, I just did the deny sound effect,
That was the access denied sound.
and the computer goes unable to comply.
Captain, she very well may be fused with the program itself. She may not be a separate program anymore.
In your mind, you're gonna hear, well, she's fused, and under Federation law has no rights. So technically we can just we can end the program and she'll be gone, I think.
She kind of overhears
Yeah.
it. Captain.
No, she doesn't, because we're talking in our minds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that.
That's specifically why I said I wanted to do that, because I realized that she would be lying there.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, because she's not a part of the crew. It's basically like, I mean, to Starix, like the whole EMH thing with the doctor from the Voyager. I don't think that's happened yet, has it?
No, Voyager doesn't come back, I think, for another 2 years at this point.
Yeah, but he wins his kind of like civil rights before they get back, because he's like transported to Earth.
I think that would be. I don't remember if that's season 6 or season 7 when that happens. I mean, if it's season 6, that would be right around this time, but I don't think it would have happened just yet.
Okay, then as far as Starix is concerned, she's a piece of equipment. So that's what he's trying to convey to the doctor.
And you get the response, well, if we end the program now, wouldn't that kind of ruin the fun you're having right now?
The doctor, I think my fun has been ruined by this unfortunate appearance.
Okay, man, do what you want. And he just kind of goes back to randomly checking on her just so she doesn't think anything's up, because he still kind of feels like he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna play the part until you shut it down.
So I guess now the program's not going to end until we find whoever stabbed her.
Well, okay, here's the thing though. You didn't tell the program to freeze, right?
No, I did not tell the program to freeze.
Okay. So while your discussion is going on, you hear the lights go out, just like before, and a sound of a gunshot.
Are the lights back on?
And the lights return. Yes.
Do I see anyone missing in our room?
There's actually several people missing.
Okay. Is one of them Codsworth?
No.
Is one of them the guy that we found dead in the thing last time?
Or
Yeah, McCall,
No, there was...
McCall is missing. The maid is the one maid is missing. The cook is not there. Of course, he's not really present. McDonald and Edith King are missing.
I'll take care of this, Doctor. I'm gonna grab Regov and we're gonna run up to the study where the dueling pistols are.
Even though you don't need them right now because you have the two.
Oh, no, I'm
like
just gonna go up
7.
there and shoot anyone who has a pistol.
All right.
Shh, you didn't hear that, GM.
Okay, so you charge up the steps. You head towards the study with Regov in hand. As you approach there, look into the study. You notice that McDonald's standing there. He's not holding a pistol in his hand, and there's no dead body. And he looks at you, he's like, What was that gunshot noise? I was waiting here for Mr. McCall, and he never showed up. What's...
Do I see... Are the dueling pistols there?
The dueling pistols are not.
Then me and Regov are gonna run out the back door looking for a duel or anyone outside the house.
And while they're doing that, I'm trying to calm the guests because they just heard a gunshot in the dark.
Most of the guests there are, they're women,
Yeah.
So it's
It's
one of those days they're all freaking out.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean-
it's fine. Everything will be all right.
This is after the Civil War, so half the room is probably fainted.
Probably. I didn't want to go
I'm checking
there.
pulses. Then I'm checking pulses. That's what's happening.
I'm not gonna go there because that's old movie type stuff. So too cliche. I'm gonna say, but I need to know specifically where you're going in the mansion.
We're going outside the back of the mansion. There was a bunch of stuff we did out there. There was like a couple rooms or something like that. Like maybe a gardenish kind of thing. We're going to go look around out back.
Okay. So you find your way out of the mansion into like the back courtyard, and you actually don't see anyone around.
I don't see any signs of struggle anywhere.
No. All you do is you hear a lot of rain, and you're kind of getting drenched.
Okay, we're gonna go back in and start doing a room by room.
Okay. So you have.
We're looking at anytime I see one of the people that was missing from the room, I'm gonna stop and talk to them.
Okay. You have the kitchen. You have the pool room. You already went to the study. There's a bunch of guest rooms that are upstairs. There's the ballroom, which you were initially at. Sort of the foyer type area that's kind of large, where that retreated upstairs. So
I assume
Just-
I went through the foyer on my way to the study.
yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna hit the kitchen, the pool room, and then the guest rooms in that order.
Okay. You approach the kitchen, and in the kitchen you see the cook, who's currently arguing with Edith King.
Has anyone seen any violence happen?
As they kind of stop their argument and look at you, is like, what violence?
I've heard a gunshot. I've come to investigate.
And the cook is kind of, there's like a bottle of champagne right there, and the cook is like, I could have swore I knew that when I popped the cork. That was a weird sound. Who did the gunshots?
I look around for any sign of struggle or blood.
There is none.
That, sir, is a mystery, and then I run off to the next place.
Okay. You enter the pool room, and there, lying in the pool, is one of the dueling pistol, or on the side of the pool room is one of the dueling pistols, and Mr. McCollum lying face down in the pool, with blood kind of oozing out all over the place.
Who was the fourth person missing?
The maid was missing.
Okay. Do I see any kind of tracks or anything, or any doors shutting that would suggest that someone had just been in the area or was leaving the area?
No.
Then I'm gonna move on to the guest rooms looking for the nurse.
You mean the maid?
Yes.
Okay. You go into one of the guest rooms. As you you've kind of started cinematic, checking all the different guest rooms, and you go up to the one on the top floor, on the second floor, and there you open the door, and there you find the maid dressed oddly peculiar.
I draw my pistol and point it at her and say, "Confess your guilt."
What guilt? What guilt? And she's like panicking, and
You
she kind of
have-
like she drapes the bed sheets over her. She's like, who are you?
You have murdered your master. I have come.
I would never
For
do such a thing. I would never do such a thing, sir. I have no idea what you're talking about. Wait,
You are
Mr.
you
Mr.
are
McCall's
the only
dead?
suspect. You must have done it.
No, I was just I was waiting here for someone.
And who would that be?
I can't. I'm not supposed to say.
You won't be able to say very much anymore if you don't answer me. I'm
Roll
gonna
me-
pull back the hammer.
Okay. Wow. Pull or roll me a command presence check.
With persuasion?
Yes, that will work.
Well, we now know how he will be in a Mirror Universe episode.
The captain would be much darker in a mirror universe because mirror beta Zeds would use telepathy violently.
And I'm rolling her the control command, which that is not going to do anything. She's like,
That's a null attribute.
oh, it. Let me look at this. Even then, it's just one success. So you still win. I mean, you gain. Suppose you don't really gain any momentum off that. She's like, I was waiting here for Zachary. She kind of squints a little to hide her, and then she kind of buries her face in her hands, to hide her shame.
Take me to this Zachary.
I would prefer to be more in clothes, sir, if you could turn around.
We have time for naught. You will leave this room and you will take me to Zachary now.
Okay.
We are Betazoid. We care nothing for nudity.
She drapes herself. She kind of wraps the bed sheets around her, and she follows you back towards the ballroom.
I'm following her.
Okay, well, you go back to the ballroom. And when you come back to the ballroom, she points to Colonel Ross.
Oh, his name was Colonel Zachary Ross?
Yes.
Oh. I go, Colonel Ross, this woman has murdered her master for you.
Excuse me? And then you see Alice Ross just go a big slap across the Colonel's face.
She was waiting in her apartment, looking just like this, waiting for you, and had previously murdered our host.
I could... And roll me an insight command check.
Can I use no secrets as a value? My insight's bad.
Sure, if you want to use your determination on this.
How many? What am I trying to get to? What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 1.
Okay. I'll just try to go for it.
All right.
I probably should have taken cautious command.
You got it. And you gain a momentum. And from what you can tell is the maid, Sydney Allen, is being relatively honest. Is like, I was waiting for him for the past 20 minutes up in the room. I have no idea that Mr. McCall has been murdered. It's tragic. Why would I kill him? This is the only job I have. And she seems very truthful in her words.
Well, if not you, then maybe your lover. And he points the gun towards Taylor.
And with that, he instantly pulls out his, kind of quick draws his hidden pistol and points it as like, "Sir, I dare you say that again. Accusations do not go wildly around here."
I'm gonna take that as a threat and I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay, roll me a control security check.
Go on, Captain. Get your murder hobo out.
Uh-oh.
Or
I was gonna miss
miserably,
you out.
that works too.
Your pistol goes off. It flies right past the colonel's ear and hits the booze bottles behind him, and they smother and piercing. He turns around and he fires back. Okay, that's a null attribute. Go ahead.
Can I spend the 2 momentum to say I packed a phaser in there? In my bag?
So you want to create an advantage?
Yep. then
Sure.
I'm gonna take that phaser and I'm going to shoot the guy.
Okay, you're in a bit.
It's a hologram, but why not?
Why not? The bullet misses you, Captain, and he's like, he's cursed. He throws the gun down. He's like, "I am not a killer, Captain," as he protests.
That was my phaser shot.
Okay. And who were you hitting?
The colonel guy, the guy
Okay.
that pulled his gun on the captain.
Roll damage.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but why not?
That's a
That's a
lot.
lot of dice.
Yeah, it should be
That's-
5. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because it's 3 plus my security, right?
Yeah, so it should be 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 1 extra.
There you go.
Still okay. That is just enough. No. Yeah, it's only 4 damage. So he's still up.
Yeah, I wasn't aiming for a vital organ. I was aiming for his leg to drop him to his knee.
Well, you didn't say the aim.
I know. I figure
so,
it did. He was still up, so it
Right.
winged him.
And he kind of he's like, what in Pertel is that?
Confess, sir, confess.
Roll me a command presence check.
Can I
With
assist?
persuasion.
So you're gonna
I did just shoot him.
right, but you're gonna persuade him to that he committed murder.
I'm gonna persuade him to confess to the murder.
But if he didn't do it, that's still kind of okay.
Okay. You bank 2 momentum, which you're at 2 since he created the advantage. He literally tells you, "I did not kill anyone."
Well, that's all you had to say. And then he goes, he pulls out another pistol and he wanders the barrel around the room and says, "Which one of y'all did it?"
At this point, they're all petrified. How do we know you didn't do it, Captain?
Why would I be trying to find who did it if I did it? I know
You're
who
the
did
one
it. I would
holding
just
the
leave.
gun.
Well, the murder weapon is. This is not the murder weapon. The murder weapon is in the pool room. And if I had murdered him, I would have just left and not come back and tried to find the murderer.
He is an accomplished war commander. He's not in. He knows better than to murder his hosts.
Yankee officer. He looks at Taylor and says, "Yankee officers are another matter, though."
Going all southern rude. The colonel's like, damn Confederates. And at this point, the current Emna residing in Julia Walters is like, what is going on?
I'm having a bit of fun, Ensign.
It's a holodeck program, right?
This might be important, Ensign. You're not the... You're a copy. You're still real. You're very real, but you're the copy. The real Emna is on Narendra. Or the other one. Not to imply that you're fake.
a copy? That's impossible. I was born on Earth.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
This isn't. What's going on?
Doctor, do you
What
have
happened
some
to me?
smelling salts in there?
Yeah, I walk up and hypospray her to calm down, like with a,
No, to knock her out.
oh, okay, on the captain's orders. Benadryl straight to the throat.
Okay, so you're going to give me a
Reason
give me a
medicine.
control. Let's say you have to get the doses right. So yeah, let's give me a reason medicine check difficulty 2.
Okay. We have 2 momentum.
Yes,
I'm
you
going
have
to
2
spend
momentum.
1 to get a third dice. Because good things happen when I spend momentum. Like that.
You get your momentum back, so you're back at 2. Yep. Then roll me a control medicine check to deliver the dose, the proper dosage.
I'm going to spend another momentum for the third dice.
It's difficulty 0. It's for. But okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, you can spend momentum and see if you can't gain more momentum that way. So that's perfectly fine. You are now at 4 momentum total.
And she stops whimpering.
And she is out like a light. Poor Emna.
I mean,
If Mir was here, it'd be different, but Mir's not here.
also, Starix is not convinced that she's anything more than an engineering accident. Like, if we had accidentally used the transporter and made 2 wrenches, that's the Sarek would have the same opinion. It's just a wrench.
No,
The doctor from no one really has high opinions of EMHs at this point. No one in the proper federation.
It's fine. No, I totally get that. So it's just this is all flavor. So so you can still try to solve the mystery?
Yeah, he's having a blast. We're not going to interrupt him.
I'm gonna keep until I have no shots left, and then I'll just quit out of frustration.
I do still have my phaser drawn, by the way.
Let's not murder everyone. I feel like if I get through all the pistol rounds that I have, that we've gone too far.
Well, no, I just have it drawn in case somebody draws on you.
So at that point, both Edith King and the cook enter the room because they heard the gunshots. And they're like, Edith is like, "Do pray tell, what is going on?"
We have just discovered that you have murdered our host. And he points the gun at her.
Excuse me?
Confess your guilt.
I'm not guilty of anything. I would not murder that scoundrel. I will admit
you have confessed your hatred for him.
I would not murder anyone, dear sir.
He looks at the cook. What was she on about in there?
Well, she was offering to buy my restaurant.
A little bit of capitalism goes a long way to stir up murder.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Mr. McCollum was probably gonna shut down my restaurant because he's the current owner, and Edith was making a generous offer to try and save my business. I was honestly, I popped the champagne because I took her up on the offer.
Then why were you arguing?
we were arguing the price. I felt like it was too low. I have debts to pay off, and it would kind of hurt me in the long run to kind of take down that offer, but
What other named important NPCs are around right now?
so you have uh, the butler, Alice Ross, uh, McDonald, uh, and Emmanuel Underwood.
Who is McDonald?
He owns the mines next adjacent to McCollum's ranch.
I point the gun at him and say, "You, sir, have motive. Confess."
You know I didn't do this. I was up in the study waiting for him when the shot went off. You were there. You saw me in the study. I was there.
Oh, quite right, chap. Quite right. Wait. That's where the pistols came from.
But they weren't there. Captain, you saw.
Yes, but
I'm-
you would have had to have been at the study at some point to get the pistols to do the murder. And at some point you were in the study.
The captain has gone off the deep end. Hooray for conspiracy theories.
Captain, how would I have taken the pistols from the study upstairs, ran down to the pool, shot Mr. McCall, and then run back upstairs in time for you to see me up there? Look at my hands. I don't have residue from the pistol shot.
That's a good idea. He points the gun at Miss Ross and says, "Show me your hands."
Very well.
Although
She shows her hands.
I look for powder residue.
You see none.
And then I point the gun at that other fellow, that the one we killed last time, or tried to kill.
Underwood?
Yeah. Your hands, sir.
I don't need to show you my hands.
I
He slowly
shoot him.
backs away. Okay, make me a control security check.
I was going to say, and the doctor comes up behind the one guy and tells him exactly physically how he can do that running back and forth.
Roll me. What's your security is 4?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, roll me 7 challenge dice. Ouch. You shoot and kill Mr. Underwood.
I put the pistol back in. All in a good day's work.
All right. Are you going to examine his body?
Oh, sure, I'll do that. And, doctor, call the police.
Very well, Captain. And I walk
and I
over
go-
to the phone and dial 3.
I go to examine his hands.
His hands do have gunpowder residue, and there is a pistol in his jacket.
I take out another pistol and shoot in the air. Say, "I got him!"
You take his pistol out and shoot it?
Yeah, sure.
Or- Okay. Well, when
I
you
was just saying any pistol that is laying around. I said I had several on me, but I never decided. I never said how many. So I'm
gonna
just
say
assuming I have
2.
a-
I'm gonna say you're gonna have 2 because it's gonna be really hard to carry more than 2 inside your coat pocket
Not
without
if you're a
being kind of seen.
pirate.
Okay, well then I reload one of them very quickly and shoot it in the air,
Well,
and then I
you can
reload it
attempt to-
again.
So Mr. Underwood does have one of the dueling pistols on him, and you can attempt to take it out and shoot it if you want in the air.
this has all gotten very cumbersome, so I'm just gonna take the pistol in hand.
Okay. You want to examine it or anything like that?
Sure. What is it?
It's a one of the dueling pistols for sure, but it has been fired.
Oh. I feel like I needed only a sliver of evidence, and I feel like I now have a lot more than I needed.
Okay. Um. So we're gonna speed things up. Like before, police arrived. They questioned everybody, and the holodeck program ends, and poor Edna disappears with the program.
I'm gonna say computer delete program permanently and overwrite the memory slots.
Aww. So sad. And computer knowledge, and the program is permanently deleted.
I hope at this point that Starix never wanders across Imna or another version of her.
Apparently, according to Prax, the real life woman is still on Narendra.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, if anyone else has anything else they want to roleplay out, they more than welcome to at this point, because I think we're almost 3 hours into the session.
Yeah, Morgant just kind of walks out, kind of not. Let's just say he's not as like down as Mir was, because he wasn't like completely and utterly humiliated. So he's doing good now, and he probably heads back to sickbay after thanking the captain for a fun time, and then waves at Regoff and goes, "We'll have to get a scan of that liver eventually." And walks off.
The captain, once they both leave, having a renewed trust in holodecks and with the blood pumping from all the action, says, "Computer, start up Praxis Risa program and lock the door."
Wow. Okay.
Again, Betazoids, we don't care about nudity shit. Although we want our privacy, damn it.
And the computer acknowledges, and Praxis holodeck program runs. There you find yourself in Ryza with they're clothed, but you know, a bunch of different Ryzilians and people about.
Yeah, the place I was taking that joke, I'm not gonna roleplay that out. We can use our imaginations.
Right.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny though, because I'm gonna cut to a scene in like holodeck 1 after the failure of Praxis is gonna go, computer run Prax Ryza program 1, and she gets an access denied. Then program is already running. And she gets this, raises this eyebrow. This is like, by who? And the computer responds appropriately, and she's like, oh. And she walks out of the holodeck.
Well.
The captain realizing that that he never specifically told Prax to take the bridge, and thinking she needs some time on the bridge, right as after he had started the program, before he does anything, he's gonna open the doors to the holodeck and like peek, like just his head out as Prax walking down the hallway and say, with the sounds of Ryza, and he's gonna say, "Hey, Prax, could you sit in the chair for a couple hours? I'm kind of busy."
She turns and looks like, I see. I hope you enjoy it, but you owe me one. And she walks off and heads to the bridge.
And then the doors close and naughty time happens.
There was debauchery had.
Anybody
Yay.
else want to do something fun? Or do you want to end this session here?
I don't have anything.
I think I'm going to go, since this is technically non-canon and I want to freak out Sarek something fierce. I'm not even going to let him know if it... Anyway, I'm going to stop talking my thoughts out. I'm going to go into my office and start typing up a letter to the Star X's saying that Roland seems to be doing fine since his court-martial. He's, basically, I'm going to lie through my teeth because what happened on the holodeck was not normal for him. But I'm going to let them know that, nah, he's good. He's fine. He'll be alright. And then end it with my signature, and that's it. That's it for me.
Caleb?
I kind of picture Caleb like after Praxis left, being so upset he like runs a bunch of different training programs with that fighter.
And Regov goes to the bar. Or to his quarters to drink.
Okay, so you left with Prax was going to run something on her own, then you came back and said, like, you know what? I'm going to... Okay.
Oh yeah, I left, and then Prax left. I was like, you know what? Hang it. Went back and just started full-blown training on that fighter. Just
Okay.
because I felt
since
like an idiot.
But I'll say that after some mild debauchery, the captain will be walking by and see holodeck 1 is also engaged, and he'll look at the program and he'll see you're running your starfighter, and he'll open the door and see you hard at work and say, keep that up, ensign, and junior grade is only a little bit away. I don't know that he knows that you're on the fighter. He's just noticing one of the ensigns working real hard on their piloting skills.
You hear a slightly familiar voice because you've heard it while you're on gamma shift a little bit, and a little bit while you're on regular shift. You hear the slightly familiar voice of Caleb going, "Why, thank you, Captain."
I'm gonna look, and do you have the starfighter program open?
Oh yeah, it's open and running, and I'm
Okay.
ducking and weaving through an asteroid belt.
So the captain, noticing that, is just gonna be like, "Oh, that goddamn fighter," and he's gonna walk out. That'll be the end of what I was gonna do.
All right, I'm going to end today's session with that. I hope everyone had fun.